I literally had to look up why Labor Day is celebrated before I poked my little head out here on stream. Also, is my well, give me 1 second. Hey now, you wait a minute. This should be okay. There we go. I was about to say, why is my little guy? Why is my mouth not flapping? Why are my gums not flapping about? But yeah, I had to look up why Labor Day is celebrated, because I could have taken a shot in the dark. It would have been pretty close, but I wasn't sure. Because I was like, is it about working people? About the people doing the work? Or is it some other thing? And it was like labor movements. And I was like, I guess. Sure, why not? I'm just thinking about it because fucking I don't feel celebrated as a worker. I definitely don't feel like going back to work tomorrow. Tell you that much. Oh boy. But you know what always helps soothe the wounds of the real life? A fun stream about giving birth on a mass scale. Oh, that's awful. Hello, Paul. It would be interesting. I'll tell you that much. Also, bam. Art. I redid some of the stuff we did yesterday. Just because I was like, man, I should really make it look better. Like, like a man is here in a trench coat. And I did that, so pretty happy with it. We're gonna work on some details here and then work on the background more. But yeah, I mean, fucking, I don't know. Let me not get on my soapbox, but goodness, it's been said once, it's been said a million times. If you want to show appreciation, you should probably pay people for the work they do. So that would be the greatest kind of appreciation most folks could receive. I wanted to see if I could kind of make a little wrinkle here where I mean, this was the reference I was using. Well, that is the problem, isn't it? The reference has a belt, and Alex does not wear a belt around his trench coat. He wears a belt around his dressy pants, but not his coat. The coat cannot be contained. I reiterate that it's more of a liquidy substance than an actual, jacket. So, a belt would probably not have much of the desired effect with that in mind. I think I'll just leave it as it is. I'll try something out. What I was originally planning was, I need to fucks with his hair. Need to add some highlights up in here for black hair. There's not really any. Alex isn't like gone Super Saiyan. He doesn't have black hair because of his powers now. He's always had long black hair. Like, I mean, I don't know if I've ever talked on stream about like Alex's origin as just a regular person, but he came from a pretty rural world as it was, so not much in way of, I would say, barbershops. So he just kind of let his hair grow out. Did not bother cutting it a lot. Me, I've always had my hair super short, but I don't know. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious what it would be like to have long hair. But honestly, I feel like whenever my hair gets, goes a while without a proper cut, then I'm like, no. Actually, I thought of something. Fuck this. seems like a hassle, that's for sure. I don't know how much social pressure leads to me keeping my hair a certain length, but I'll tell you one thing. I definitely not a fan of the idea of working super hard to keep it manageable. Heck, I've made a little magic man here, and he barely does that. You know, this big curly mess of hair back here, and like he's only a little bit of it's back in a ponytail. Rest of it's just flopping around. But I hope everyone's had a good holiday. More in the sense of like, you know, I hope you had a good day off doing something. And not necessarily me saying, I hope you did traditional Labor Day activities. I don't know what that would... I don't know what that would entail on a mass scale. I'm sure there are folks out there who have Labor Day traditions with their family. I don't know of a widely cultural Labor Day. You know, activity to do. Do we, like, you know, make a little Viking funeral for the idea of summer and set it on fire in a lake? Is that part of it? I could get into that. I would do that. You know, make a little funeral pyre for the warm season. I don't think, like, I guess spring kind of has... It's so weird because isn't it typically... Because I always get it mixed up, but like Memorial Day is typically seen as the start of summer, less so the end of spring, and then Labor Day is seen as the end, and like people make plans around all that. So I feel like summer is the only one that has like hard codified events, at least in America, for when it starts and ends. Yeah, it looks nice. That works for me. Just something to infer a bit more texture up here than a black mass. Anyway, let's draw the desert. But yeah. It's weird. The concept of time is weird. I don't know about y'all, but the passage of time freaks my bean. How are we even gonna do this? How are we even gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking... I mean, maybe I should be roughing out, like, this whole area right here. You know, the little hill. Incidental dip. You know what? How about we do this? I'm gonna put it on a different layer for right now, just to make sure it doesn't fuck with Alex's shit. That would be good. Not lose a bunch of progress. What if I just cheat a little bit? You know? Cheat a little bit and make a long circle. Long circle in order to get the whole road idea down. You know, a road. Well, not road, I guess it's the hill. Damn it, I don't even know what I'm doing apparently. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I don't know. I really did try spending a lot this weekend just chilling out. Both because I know I'm going to have plenty of stuff going on in September. given it's like my birthday and stuff, so there's gonna be some family plans and yada yada yada. And then also, uh, what was I thinking of? Then also I'm dog sitting for like the last half of it basically. So at that gonna be out of the house plenty. That I just kind of spent this holiday in. Beans. Aspect ratio, you cut that out. I know I had you on for a reason before, but now I just want to draw a freeform rectangular prism. Is prism just the word for three-dimensional shape? Because I feel like most 3D objects are like rectangular prism, triangular prism. I don't know. I should have paid more attention in math class. Maybe. A little more attention. I stand, we all grow and change, but I would stand by my younger self and be like, hey, I really don't need this fucking math lesson that I'm currently failing. Thank you so much for the offer, but I don't actually think so. I don't know how many other people have had that experience of just like, man, I recognize I don't do well in this, particular field, but simultaneously, I also would like to point out that I don't feel like I really even need to. It's one thing when it's about like addition and subtraction, but what was I thinking of? But when you're getting into like theoretical maths, I'm just like, well, this definitely isn't applicable to the day-to-day. Oh goodness, I do not miss school. For as much as I might bemoan working in the forms that it takes in my day-to-day, school wasn't great. I wouldn't say I've gone backwards, and I wish I was back in like a high school or middle school. That's for sure. I can be proud of that at least, Beans. I was using the wrong tool. I'm gonna believe. Yes, okay. I'm getting a drink. I have to drink to get through work. I was talking before, like just literally at work, but also on stream, about like stress and everything and avoiding stress. Even though I would say I only have a vague understanding of what stress does to you on on an actual medical level. But in that sense, something I'd also love to know about is like research on people who tend not to have a lot of energy. And like using caffeine and what have you to amend that. How much of that is just like, oh, your brain's just like that? And how much is like, oh, well, it's because you do this, that, and the other thing. Like, is there a hardwire limit in my brain that makes it so that it's like, no, you only get to feel like doing this much today. You know. Or is it just behavioral stuff? Because I don't necessarily eat super well. I'll admit that. I would not hide. I'm a picky eater. Could also just be a good number of people medicate with caffeine because they have ADHD. Well, that's what I'm saying, right, Meat? Like how on a more wide scale than anything else. I'm not even trying to narrow it down to just, hey, scientists, study my brain so I can have excuses for bullshit. Also, welcome me. On a deeper level, on a more wide scale term, how much how many people are affected by just some kind of hardwire in their brain that limits the amount of whatever chemicals give us motivation and energy versus people just kind of in behavioral loops that cause that? I don't know, because I'm not a scientist. There's just so many variables. Well, this is what I was saying about, I keep saying it's like unethical science. And that's always what I'm talking about, right? It's not like some kind of just weird fucked up what if scenario. My thing is that I recognize that life overall tends to have a lot of a lot of factors and variables in it that can mess with any kind of human behavior or what have you experiment. So with that in mind, the simplest and most obvious way to rectify would be to completely isolate someone from the rest of humanity for long periods of time. But I've heard that that's torture. I've been told, like some folks would refer to that as a form of capital punishment. So then it's just kind of like, okay, well, I guess we'll just never really know that. I don't. Hey, me, nope, and I'm not, and don't. We did this. This was literally. This is why I was clarifying, because we did this yesterday, and I don't know if it was you or someone else, but you were like, oh yeah, like this fucked up experiment. And I was like, don't do it. Nope, don't. It's not gonna go well. I know that much. I know we're all just gonna hear it and be horrified, and it's gonna go downhill real fast. I'll be upset. So and if anyone sees Meat's messages and is just like, I should Google that, the Cahill Comics is not held responsible for the random stuff you Google because you saw it on an internet comment online. To be so clear, we do not take liability. The confound was that they were studying mice in captivity. Oh, okay. Okay. Listen, most times when people say like utopia, there's a fucked up twist to it. In fact, I'm pretty sure like that's the fucking the very crux of the idea of quote unquote utopia. Witch needle. Just utopia. Me, are you trying to make your own perfect society? You let me know how that goes. We truly do live in a society about... gotcha. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's one reason why I'm just like, don't get into messed up science on stream. Because people can, draw lots of things from that. And sometimes it's just better not to. Just spinning this off the dome, sometimes scientists are so focused on if they could, they never ask if they should. So, I don't like that. That's just something I think, completely free of any other person's influence. So, thank you, and I no matter what we do, like life finds a way. So like really maybe it's best if we just keep watching Jeff Goldblum movies at the end of the day, makes you think. Becomes Cahill. Oh Lord, please, can anyone can anyone just take over for me and inherit my crippling debt? I'm begging you. Mac on my meat. Oh yeah, I want to talk about what was I thinking of? Y'all want to talk about messed up stuff? We can talk about messed up stuff real quick, because I don't know if I'll ever use this in any of the stories. But at the crux of Alex's power is that he can manipulate all reality, yada yada yada, do whatever he wants, literally in the title of character. But the one thing he can't really do is mess with life, quote unquote, like true life, as he would see it. Like living things have a soul that he can perceive, and that is one of the that is the only object in the universe he can't really fuck with or make on his own. Which is why he's so desperate for the company of any other living person, because he can't just like make a friend. He can't literally make friends. So with that in mind, he travels to different worlds and stuff. And in some universes, it's like what we would think of as humans don't actually have souls. They're just meat robots running around on fixed scripts. Something we wouldn't be able to really note the differences. But like Alex with his special vision is like, yeah, these aren't really people. They're just like meat robots. So that means in some universes, Alex has no problems just like instigating people, because they're not people, they're meat robots. If it is for if it is for a good reason, we would be horrified at it, because on a visual level, it would just be absolutely horrific. But he knows that they are not actually living things. They're just naturally occurring meat automatons. Meat, shush. You're giving away the art secrets. I don't stop it. But also, Meat, let me ask you this. If he wants to hang out someone, why is he trying to head away from the city? Oh, it's art. You really are just mad. Yeah. Yeah, well, you saying meat mech and then also your name definitely made me think of that aspect of Alex's character. Again, that's an extraneous detail. I feel like the more important part is that Alex values life above anything else, being that to him, for multiple reasons, it is the most valuable resource. But yeah, I don't know if I'd ever be like, yeah, here's him fucking shit up, because these are just meat robots. So because maybe it's not about what we're made of or or about our appearances, but what we have on the inside that matters. Ah. And I'm Lore. You know, I am planning to color this, so I want to make sure, like, you know, this maybe this hatching isn't too superfluous, extraneous, big fancy word. But yeah, I don't know. First, what we have to do is we have to finish the fucking book, and then maybe people will care about it. So get there first. What was I thinking of? Yeah, I mean, what with the stream we did this weekend and everything, chances are, I'm just gonna end up waiting for like a good old save up a good old like 2 paychecks or so, and then go on to like Fiverr or anywhere else, unless other people are just like, no, edit this way, and we'll hopefully have something exponentially closer to a finished version to be putting out on Kindle and Apple Books. Also, by the way, I mean, honestly, no, I wouldn't say even more so than editing, but if y'all have a place where you're like, oh, I read stories on this platform, y'all let me know. It's not AO3, but I mean, in a way, it's just kind of hiring someone to be like, hey, you should probably change this. Part of my process in looking for some in the time I did take previously to do that was like looking for ones that had experience and had published stories out with authors they had worked for. So I was going about the interwebs looking at like where to do that. Yeah. No, you got it, me. I mean, apparently there's different kinds of editing. I forget the kind I'm not even gonna say what kind I'm looking for because I fucking forget and I don't want to fuck it up. But you know, just someone to generally go over the format, be like, hey, if you want this effect, then maybe do this differently or better. Change this up, yada yada yada. Don't get me wrong, I make plenty of typos and shit like that. So, definitely need to do a few spell checks and what have you before I put it out anywhere officially. But, you know, being that I'm the author, I can't necessarily be like, this needs to be changed for general audiences, because I'm not the general audience. I'm the guy who made it. So I'm too in it to do it. You know what you get what I mean? Like I'm deep in here. So I can't do that job. I need a bird's eye view. I need someone with a bird's eye view to do it for me. Too much of an artist. I can't say what's wrong with Alex's story, because you know, like, he's me, man. He just fucking. Does everyone bring their bongs for this stream? Is that where we're going with it? I should have put that in the going live message. It's just like y'all better be lighting up for this one. But yeah, you know, I've already gaslit myself into loving my character, so I need someone else to tell me how to gaslight other people into loving them. I would just love it if someone who had no contact with me read my story and was like, hey, this is pretty good. As much as support from loved ones and what have you is great, nothing can really match the high of complete strangers saying, this is amazing. So... But yeah, like I said, anyone who's had even mild sex... Well, I have to end stream because I just said anyone who had mild sex because I'm a tongue-tied bastard. Anyway, anyone who's had mild success with helping someone make an online published thing would be much welcomed in going over my bullshit and being like, hey, change this, that, and the other thing. So that way I can be confident. Because... mild. Mild. Because what was I thinking of? Because, like, I've done a good amount of research on this at this point. That's kind of why I took up... of my many reasons to make this a book instead of, like, a comic or what have you. One was like, it's something I can do at work in between, like, you know, bullshit tasks and what have you. And I've been doing, you know, research and stuff, and I remember seeing on different writing or chat boards, they're like, yeah, you should probably get an editor. Like, I'm pretty happy with the stuff I've done, but I should have gotten an editor when I started writing. So, with that in mind, I didn't want to skimp out on that. Like, you know, I'm already writing the whole thing, and then fucking doing all the art for it, and then probably doing all the marketing for it, and then putting it out on platforms for probably, like, free or pennies on the dollar. Because, I mean, obviously, if I was willing to spend, like, $1,000 on publishing the thing, then I would just make physical... Well, no, I would make physical copies to go as a go-to. But regardless, I figured the one thing I can actually spend money on is getting someone who maybe knows a thing or two about making a good book to look at it and be like, yeah, or no. So, do I have... I don't think... You know what? Let y'all want to do some bullshit right now? I'm gonna do some bullshit right now. Oh wait, no, not that. Boop boop. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna pull some real bullshit right now. Some real just dumb art-brained bullshit. Da, 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 da. And also this time I'll definitely remember to what was I thinking of? To go from get off the pause soon screen. Actually, let me see about dun, 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 dun. There we go. I didn't want that like that fake PNG checkered pattern. Well, I guess it was a real PNG checkered pattern because fucking. Okay. Okay, then get... Wait, no, wait. I will do one thing. I'll do one more file bullshit thing before getting off the pause screen. Okay. Oh wait, no, don't open Firefox again. Damn it. Okay. And now get off pause screen. Look, I remembered. Anyway. Look, art bullshit. You know this thing? This cop-out of a thing? Let's see. Let's see if I can use it to make my shit any better. Maybe I should. There we go. Should definitely go to one side, right? Yeah. So we'll put it right, well, let's bring this down a bit. Yeah. Okay, so this is interesting. Before I even try to start working with this, it already has Alex at the far side of one of it with his hand. That's kind of cool. I did not do that on purpose. That's fun. I mean, so here's the thing about the golden ratio, right? It's not bullshit. It's actually kind of interesting that there's like a thing, a reoccurring pattern in nature that that we've been able to mathematically define, and then put in our own stuff. But also, I would argue it's just like, while it's an interesting thing, you can't just like use it and be like, look, a masterpiece. You know what I mean? And I mean, granted, I'm not saying this is a masterpiece. I'm just saying that. Also, let me see. How about, this is not to scale, but we'll put Los Angeles a little higher, so that way it's on this line right here. That's where the superstructure will be. Yes, there's a Los Angeles superstructure. You know, I haven't played, what's it called? BioShock? Yeah, exactly, mate. Like, it's an interesting little thing, but it's not the end-all, be-all. Which is more what I'm saying. I'm trying to make clear. I just thought it would be neat to put it in here to help me get an idea of where to put things, you know. What was I thinking of? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, you know, I haven't played BioShock, and I know very little about it. And going off of that, I'm going to say that my book is like BioShock. I'm just gonna write that check for myself and be like, you know what? If you like BioShock, you're gonna want to pick this one up. I'm only saying that because I've made Los Angeles like a fucking super city with a big superstructure, and I know that's kind of a BioShock thing. Feels true. As far as I know, that's the only thing this has in common. My story has in common with BioShock is that the version of Los Angeles featured in it is like some kind of weird future city, even though the book takes place in 2002. So, and you might ask yourself, Cahill, why did you choose 2002? Because that, genuinely, I wanted to do some alternate history bullshit, and that genuinely seemed like the best placement. I'm not joking. I took stock of everything, and I was like, you know what? I feel like the most comfortable date to place this book in would be 2002. Picked the time from so long ago, no one would even remember. And I also picked the release date of Treasure Planet. So, fun fact. That's why that is why the um, book takes place in the time it does. And I was like, generally, this period seems like a good idea. Is there any date I should throw it on? It's one of the best movies ever, meet, and much like Redline, it flopped. So, financially at least. If you don't care about finances, then I don't think there's really a caveat to it being one of the best movies ever, you know. I think I've talked about that on stream, but it was super cool because when I went to Disneyland with Deja, their fireworks show had a decent sized segment for Treasure Planet, and I lost my shit. It's cause for me. You're not looking for those Titanics or Godfathers. I mean, chances are you've already seen them and have your own opinion about them. What was I thinking of? I mean, I think it depends, you know. I don't think anything's so black and white. I mean, granted, like quite literally, the number the movie makes at the box office doesn't mean too much outside of marketing. But at the same time, I think, you know, there's plenty of times where something is just plain good, and then everyone realizes that and adores it. You know, again, no caveats, just, oh, this is good. And lots of people like it because it's good. And, you know, granted, there's plenty of things where it's like, well, this is considered a masterpiece because yada yada, this, that, the other thing. And just like, I don't care. But I'm not going to pretend like everything that's had its moment in the sun hasn't deserved it. Like, people were all about Barbie. The Barbie movie with Margot Robbie, and honestly, that was a pretty good movie. So I had a good time with it. I'm like, oh, this is neat. So I do like that. Just I was gonna talk about like some of the weird like world building they do in that movie, but I feel like the entire movie is about having like an existential crisis and trying to just not think about it. So it's kind of in line with just implying something wild and weird, and then just being like, and we're moving on. You know? The movie tells you something insane, they're like, don't think about that. Don't. I was thinking of. You know, I've talked a lot about how it's just like school beat the love of reading out of me. But when I was a big reader, I genuinely very much liked illustrated novels, you know? While I envy anyone able to make a full on comic, I think there's something to be said about going through a book and reading descriptions and yada yada yada, and then on occasion when you turn a page, you get to see a piece of art reflective of what is being described, and kind of helps to inform, you know, what the words are describing. I like that. Not to be, you know, every book needs pictures in it, but There's pictures on the menu. Yeah, I love a hamburger. Delicious hamburger. My beloved. It's looking pretty good so far. It's about a good burger. You could always go to like Five Guys or something like that. Good old Five Guys. I love a Five Guys burger. When I lived in Florida, there was one right across the street, and I went there a good amount. I feel like I'm recommending that in part just because they're kind of like, yeah, just customize your shit. Tell us the specific burger you want. That'd be like a 30-minute drive. I mean, I'm sorry, meat. You're asking for a good burger, and I'm spitball. I'm obviously, because I could recommend like a good local burger here in Jersey, but I don't think you live next to me, and if you do, I'm scared. So. If I find out meat's been my next your closet next to you, damn it. Me, I know you're not in my closet because there's a bunch of bullshit in there. So no matter how slim and petite you are, you're never gonna fit in that closet. Just a wall of bullshit. I will say, my setup here in Jersey after moving back, following Disney and everything, has had me think. I was waiting for it. Anyway, has had me think about get got. Just, it would be considered getting got if you weren't the millionth person to think of it. Me, regardless. I adore meat. Anyway, it has had me think about like how I would appropriately pack and organize all my bullshit if I got a boat and was just living on the boat full time. You know, like I've done a pretty good job at making sure all my stuff. If it wasn't already, yeah, no, you're good. What was I thinking of? Like I've done a pretty good job here at making sure all of my bullshit I got fits into one room, with only a few exceptions. So thinking of the square meterage of my current room in terms of like a floating seaworthy vessel, I'm like, would I be able to do that? It would be nice. Honestly, if someone offered me a good setup on a boat and they're just like, you'll have to like catch your food and but you'll have like internet and bullshit for free, so that way you can stream, and that's the only way you're really going to be able to make any like money to get, you know, things that can only be got with money. I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I'd probably have a good long think about it, I'll tell you that much. Houseboat would be rad. I don't want a house. See, that's the problem. I don't want a houseboat. I want a proper sailing vessel. I want something I don't have to worry about being moored to the docks. Something I can take out on the high seas. If at any point I decide to do away with the landlubber life. You know? Like, if for all intents and purposes, if I live on a boat, but it always has to be moored to the dock, then why didn't I just get a regular abode? I think houseboat would be the simplest solution. for anything under a few million. I'm sure there are some decently... So here's the problem, right? If I were to get a boat to live on, hopefully it would be a boat that could be crewed by one. A boat that could cross the ocean crewed by a single man, of which there are a decent number of boats like that already exist. But it's like there's like a Venn diagram sliding graph kind of thing where it's like I need something small enough that it can be crewed by one person when it's in transit across the ocean, but not so small that I can't fit all my bullshit onto there, but not too big that it needs to be crewed by another person, and it can't be a houseboat. Because houseboats aren't necessarily like we move. So I've thought about it, and I don't have the money to buy a fucking boat, but I have thought about it. If anything, it's just like my own personal way of playing Tetris. You know? Think about the theoretical ways my room can fit into a boat. Small-ish boat. So. Y'all ever just rotate a Tetris block in your head? Because that's what I'm doing. All the time. Life is just a game of Tetris, and we're all just S and Z blocks. We're all just S and Z pieces in God's game of Tetris. A lot of people don't know that's a direct quote from the Tetris documentary. It was wild. They actually had the actor playing Shigeru Miyamoto saying that. And a lot of people were like, why is he even fucking here? He didn't really have much to do with Tetris being developed or put on Nintendo consoles. And then he took a long drag of his cigarette, which Miyamoto has never seen not smoking a cigarette, both in real life and in this movie. And he just just says, I'm the video game man and God is playing me. And it's wild because the Miyamoto came forward many times saying he was heavily involved with the writing of this project. So it was a lot. Had a lot of people asking questions. Fucking Miyamoto looks you dead in the eyes and says, the meaning to life. Takes a long drag off of his cigarette. It's a secret to everyone. And that's a funny video game reference for the gamers out in the audience. Ha ha ha, topical. With his deeply cut shirt, nicotine-stained fingers, sunglasses, and undercut hair, too. And his just rippling, greased muscles. Just, Miyamoto. Classically, a very close to, 80s Arnold Schwarzenegger. Except, Arnold's still ripped, but he's definitely older now. Miyamoto has weirdly, as we all know, because we've all seen pictures of Miyamoto recently, but it's weird because obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger has softened a bit with age and gone in a couple different directions, but fucking Miyamoto seems to look the exact same as Arnold did in like Predator in the 80s, except he's been like that now for well over 40 years. So see Shakira Miyamoto? I mean, if you want to put that in the Discord meme channel, feel free to, but no, I have not seen Shakira Miyamoto. Hi everyone, it's Miyamoto-san with Nintendo. It's on tonight, and my hips don't lie. Shakira. I'm really excited for everyone to play the new Mario game. I love how that Miyamoto impression isn't necessarily an impression of his actual voice, but just the fucking dub voice they do for him in all the directs. Hello, it's me, Shigeru Miyamoto, and I sound like I just stepped out of Minnesota. Hello, it's me, Shigeru Miyamoto, sounding as white as the freshly driven snow. It'd be wild. It'd be so wild if you like met Miyamoto, IRL, and fucking wait. Did you say? See, oh okay. Did you make Shakira Miyamoto? Because that makes me angry. But anyway, it'd be so wild. If you met Miyamoto and like you were like, oh my gosh, I'm such a big fan, and like, you know, he greets you in Japanese because that's where he's fucking from, and then you make it kind of clear to him that you don't speak any Japanese, and then he just busts out the dubbed Nintendo Direct voice, like not like he has a device on him playing it. No, he just actually sounds that way when he's speaking English. Oh, my apologies. I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. I hope you're doing well and have been enjoying the Nintendo Direct. Lord, when is Nintendo gonna hire me to be their next Miyamoto? Speaks fluent English with a thick Hindi accent. Just a fucking an accent and region we have no reason to suspect he's lived in or had a long exposure to. Just does. A lot of people know this, but Miyamoto actually does a lot of the Indian dubbing for the Nintendo games. Anytime they're making to put some good translations in there, he gets in there for India. Even his family cannot explain it, which only makes it more concerning. You asking him to do that specifically, but he doesn't get why. He also doesn't. He himself doesn't know how he learned to speak the language, but he does so basically flawlessly. So that's fun. What was I thinking of? I gotta keep drawing road. When I'm on the road. Something. It's been a while since I saw that SpongeBob episode. You know, I was actually thinking the other day, it's like it'd be fun if I'd, you know, watch some SpongeBob while I did stuff. just because it's been a while since I've seen some of those golden age episodes. This is hard. SpongeBob. I'm genuinely just concentrating on drawing Swerving Road. Have a good lurk, meet. Appreciate it. As always. I won't have a good Swerving Road, as it continues to confound me. I mean, let's see. Stop zooming in. I'm just gonna keep drawing it out like this. Yeah. I'm just bring in an eraser. Listen, it is important to learn to be able to, you know, somewhat consistently draw things without having to erase mistakes constantly, but Lord in heaven, do I much prefer it when I can kind of add and chip away to process. And that is genuinely just the biggest reason to do art on a digital canvas. Is that specific ability. Oh Lord. Messed it up. I was actually just thinking about this because before I started stream, because like with a trench coat and big hair, the back of someone can just kind of look like a blob, which is the specific affliction Alex is struck with. But just in general, honestly, while we're taught hard rules in art for certain perspectives and what have you, real life does not necessarily like to follow that. Honestly, I think that can be one thing that trips people up a lot when they try to learn how to draw, you know? It's like sometimes you there's actually not a lot of detail in a certain image, and as such, you adding a bunch of it ends up making it look worse or less realistic, even if that might sound contradictory to someone. It's definitely true in black and white art here, just because especially if you're planning to color it later, some things have to be done with just pure color. Which is why I'm trying not to add too much detail to like the sand and stuff, because so much of that is shading and color. I love this big canvas constantly freezing up on me. Oh my goodness. There we go. You know, sometimes I wish I didn't stream on like should I end the sentence there? No. I wish I didn't stream on like the end of the weekend, just because having to go follow a schedule and be live. No, you pig. But following a schedule and be live while keeping in mind that tomorrow I go back to work, yada yada yada, can be like, oh Lord. But I mean, at the end of the day, I like streaming. Me is cute. They're also lurking right now. So at the end of the day, I'm probably not going to change anything about it. Again, it would just be best if I was able to just do stream full time. What was I thinking of? You know, I feel like I think about it a lot, what it means to have like entertainment as a job, and or kind of, what was I thinking of? And like, you know, should I really be pursuing that as a career as opposed to something like a doctor or or what have you, something typically considered more productive? But I don't know. I think the problem, hi gamer, hope you're doing well. I think the problem is isn't necessarily like I just want to goof off the whole time, but rather the structure of jobs as they are now means that should I try and have like a productive job as my sole means of income, as my, well, I guess primary, not sole, but primary means of income, like that just ends up taking up so much of my life. Agreed. But you know what I mean? Because I mean, that's the other thing, right? Like, to a degree, how much am I going to do as just like a random guy doing a random quote unquote productive job, versus if I decided to focus on just making myself happy and doing a job that I just enjoy 24/7. You know what I mean? Like, sure, streaming might not be the thing that's quote unquote productive in the way that like a farmer is, but conversely, I don't know, maybe what I should do is I should, instead of making it so that the base of the mega structure reaches that line in the golden ratio, we bring it down so that the first layer of buildings reaches it. So then it's like up, wrong layer. But yeah. Also, I mean, I thought about this, right? Like, if I was streaming full time, I feel like afterwards, when I'd have a day off, quote unquote, what have you, I'd have more energy to do something like, you know, maybe like volunteer and go to like a soup kitchen or what have you. Not to use that as an excuse to why I don't do that. I'd say more now. Like I would be more inclined to think about ways I can help out and be productive when I'm not streaming to pay bills. Not, i.e. streaming to pay bills, not being productive to pay bills. You get what I'm saying. But, like, you know. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. Also, conversely, 45 degrees. Oh, should not be that big. Line should not be that thick. But yeah, I've thought about that. Like, even if streaming isn't the most, like, you know, so society, that's a weird way to say it, the society job, if I had it as a job, I feel like it would free up my time and energy to do other things that would also be productive, as opposed to just being like, I'm just doing my 9 to 5 as the productive thing and I'm calling it a fucking day. You get what I mean? So, again, not to necessarily use it as an excuse for me not doing extra stuff, but I definitely think the idea of doing, at least to me, doing, I guess you could call it extracurriculars, becomes far more appetizing if you're always doing the kind of stuff you just want to do versus constantly having other obligations. You know. I don't know. That's me. I'm also kind of thinking about it because did we raid Zayd? I think we raided Zayd last night. He's talking about like, I'd love to do streaming full time, and Zayd is great. And honestly, I think I've talked many times before about plenty of my friends being like, yeah, I wouldn't really want that. I feel like Zayd's one of the few who kind of share that pipe dream of mine. And I respect him for it, and I respect him for going for it. Honestly, he definitely deserves it, so I hope everyone checks out Zayd. I'll give him a shout out, why not? I'm pretty sure everyone here should be following Zayd, but shout out at Zayd. I talked about that before with Pig. It's like I would shout out Pig right now, but I don't want him to think that I'm expecting him to like raid me, you know. But Zayd's not live, so I don't have to worry about that kind. He won't see that till tomorrow, and then I'll be like, what the hell? So, oh my goodness! Today on his stream, Zayd was talking about how like he so often like. They were talking about like fighting for some reason, and I like popped on by, and Zay was talking about how much he just is not a person for altercations or otherwise, you know, causing a harm or distress to other people. And that is generally on a day-to-day, that's like my philosophy too. But it just occurred to me, it's like Zayd is running like that, but he has such a mild temperament already, versus me, who was like an angry kid and had anger issues. So he's probably succeeding more at it, frankly. Zayd's such a chill guy on just random days that it's hard to imagine him getting worked up enough to cause distress to anyone. Which is just another reason I'm happy to call him a friend. He's a chill dude. Oh my goodness. What is it? Whatever, I draw a city and stuff. Yeah. You know, I was talking about this before, but honestly, so this is the other thing, right? I was thinking about this today because, like I said, I spent this weekend just kind of staying in and chilling. Just problem with facing down the barrel going down to work tomorrow. It's just like I'm gonna see people, and I have a rough idea of how a good amount of those interactions are gonna go. And honestly, plenty of them are probably going to be nice, but also, you know, some sour ones. And I mean, that'll just happen in any job where you deal with lots of people in a quick fashion. And it's just like, oh my goodness, the hassle. The hassle out of nowhere for no reason. You know, again, it's not even to complain about, like, other people. It's more so just like, I feel like I'd be more inclined to go out and see people, even people I like more often, if my job wasn't constantly focused on just like see these people now and talk to them and do stuff that way. And I'm like, oh my lord. You know? If a requirement of your job is seeing and talking to people, then that's just what work feels like. And I imagine I'm not the only one, even in the most, even in outside the context of being like an extrovert. I'm not the only one who tends to be like, yeah, when I have time off, I like to be alone. Alone. Alone, 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 alone. So. But, I mean, hey, listen. At the end of the day, well, I'm just like, man, I don't want to be spending all of tomorrow on work. It's nice that I have a job and can pay bills with it, so. I won't pretend otherwise in that. Because, I mean, heck, I'm even though I'm not, like, even though I'm one of many people. Also, is this freezing up? Uh-oh. Whoa. Something happened there. Goodness. Anyway, even though I'm one of many people whose job don't necessarily give them enough to, you know, buy a house, I do fine with, like, the bills I have and stuff. Enough that I'm like, yeah, I'll even hire an editor from a book, as long as I can save up some paychecks. So that in mind, I am happy to have it. But I will say, I wonder how much of the stress of like maintaining an audience would be versus the stress of just like I have to keep my job. If I lost my job right now, that would be the worst case scenario. Because there's been plenty of times where I've had a job and I've been like, if they fired me right now, I don't care. Versus, like, now these days where, due to a million things, I'm just like, well, I can't get fired. I'll tell you that much. That'd be bad. Lord. You know, I won't name the who was talking like this, but I remember someone I watched in a YouTube video talk before about like blowing up as like a meme, and their fucking boss came to them just like, you can't be doing this if you want to work professionally. And it's just like that. I listen, as much as I literally just said, you know, I cannot be losing my job. If my boss came to me and was just like, hey, if you want to keep this job, stop streaming, I would be like, I wouldn't answer him there, I'll tell you that much. Honestly, I would hope my IRL family would be supportive enough, even though it would be, this is a wild rock and hard place scenario I've carved out. I would hope they'd understand. Just like, hey, it's wild he said that. It's wild that your boss would say that to you. You know? It would be wild for your boss to demand that you stop something you enjoy doing on the pretense of just like, that doesn't affect your job, and on the pretense of just like quote unquote professionalism. That's insane, especially on today's day and age. You know, frankly, I hope we have a bright enough future ahead of us that we get to the point where we're electing people who have posted dumb memes online, and those get brought up during like the election cycle and stuff. People have made many jokes about that over the years. I would definitely look forward to it. Yeah. And I would argue, I think it would be most ridiculous for like my specific employer to bring it up, because what it would be, because so much of like my like quote unquote like posting online and everything of like, you know, the kind of stuff where you just look at it for a second and then you scroll on by, that stuff's like usually just art, just me drawing and doodling, right? So and then it is in no way anything that anyone would be like upset by. So that definitely shouldn't affect anything. So then it would come down to like streaming and bullshit, and the idea that they would be like cherry picking moments from like 2 to 3 hour VODs to be like, hey, this isn't very professional of you. You gotta cut that out. It'd be like, who finds this randomly? Heck, I would argue a shortcoming of mine as a streamer is that I don't post enough clips. So that means you're literally just combing through like just hours of content to find something to be upset about. That'd be insane. I'd probably point that out too. Be like, that it's insane that you've done this. Why? What? First off, you had the time to do this. The second off, what is the problem with? You're like, people will see this and be like, will they? Absolutely insane. But yeah. You know, for employers that's insane. But I think we've all expected it for like political races and stuff, because for the longest time, like, you know, political races are about just like digging up any dirt you can find on your opponent. So you expect that eventually when people who grew up with the internet are old enough that they might be running for office, that would be something that gets brought up. Bullshit they posted online, and that's just funny. I wouldn't say that's like life ruining. It's just hilarious. Because again, some people would be like, that's unprofessional, but other people will just find it funny. So, and frankly for me, I'm all about finding stuff funny. I'm really not here trying to hold people to some insane standard, so I'm all down for someone trying to be like, look at this dumb Vine they posted, and I'm like, ha! Hurricane Tortilla. That would be my speed 100%. But I've also talked about that a lot, right? Like, I've worked at another reason I'm like, oh Lord, let me be my own boss one day. Because I've worked for enough places where I'm just like, what is anyone talking about when they say be professional? Because like every company I've worked for is just a mess. Everything is a mess and disorganized constantly and forever. Fucking be professional. Professional stuff is a constant just stream of never-ending chaos. I'd love to be the opposite of that, if anything. Maybe be organized. But yeah. I don't know. Weird thoughts about the internet. Y'all ever think about how we live in a society? You know, I've said this before with the fucking Freddy Fazbear heart. Like, that's not even a thing in the games. That is the heart. Like, in the games, it's a music box that does that. It's not like Freddy doesn't sing it with a dumb bear voice. Like that's from a meme about it's from a meme making fun of the Living Tombstone song. about Five Nights at Freddy's, right? So there's so many degrees of separation. Does Joker in The Dark Knight even say society at any point? Is that the one where he's talking about like a bus full of soldiers? Is that it? Because what comes to mind isn't a specific for me when someone's like society isn't isn't like a specific quote from Heath Ledger. It's the fucking say peacock and no one bats an eye. Say poop cock and society. Is that another case of just random jokes becoming so prolific that people see them as inseparable to the media from which they respond? The media that they were originally meant to be parodying. There we go. I get parodying. There we are. Okay, I've said it right twice. Does that undo all the times I said it wrong? Yeah. Like, they were meant to be parodying it, but instead, like, people just see it as now inseparable. Damn it! Inseparable from the actual thing. Which I have no doubt is probably not the intention of the people who post those jokes, you know? If at most they're probably being like, you know, maybe people will find this funny and like me, as opposed to like, I'm about to change people's perception of a piece of art. So, truly insane. I guess we really do live in a society, though. Society. Lord. I can't do, like, Heath Ledger Joker much, or else it'll just become Snake. My Snake voice at one point. Colonel. I was thinking about that, because I feel like I've listened back to me doing my Snake impression, which, at no point, like, look, I am fully aware it's not really that good. But I was thinking, like, the other day, I remember hearing recordings, I'm like, oh, my voice is actually not going deep enough, honestly. Like, even if you were to grant me that, like, I'm being gravelly enough, I think my voice is still too light for Solid Snake or Big Boss. Colonel. I've been smoking cigars. And I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog. What are you doing here? I'm just kind of a snake voice. Except I'm not really like scratchy or gravelly. I'm just whispery. Huh. Snake voice. You're talking about me. Meryl. I'm sorry. I like pretending I'm Snake so much. Hideo Kojima made a whole fucking game. He made several games. Several games about it. Ostensibly, the point of Metal Gear 2, 4, and 5 is about fucking with your perceptions of like heroes and liking certain characters. It's like the whole point of those games. And that's a large chunk of the Metal Gear series. You know, going back to Metal Gear, I've tried to be like, instead of saying Metal Gear 5, I've tried to specifically be like Phantom Pain. Mostly because, one, it's not finished, as many people know. And two, like, I mean, like, fucking, like, Peace Walker is as, if not more important to the whole narrative, and that's not given a number. And also, 5, Like, it's not given a Roman numeral 5. It's a V. They have it as V. So between like that and everything, it just makes me think it's like, you know, maybe it's more appropriate to refer to it as its subtitle rather than just saying Metal Gear Solid 5. Or maybe I'm being a big fucking nerd. Have we thought of that? Have we considered that? Have we considered me just being a big nerd? So I didn't give. Let me do this real quick. As I procrastinate during like the fucking cityscape I have to do. I didn't give Alex little heart buttons on the back of his coat. I don't know how many coats tend to have buttons right above the coattails, but I don't know. I want to give Alex that. Is that so wrong? Oh Lord, I probably need to. I just realized, on top of so, I'm not trying to bemoan my life more, but like, I just keep remembering it's like, all right, this, that, the other thing. You know what? You ever get into that, where you're just like, oh, I have lots to do, and then it's like, oh, I remembered I have more to do. Like, you kind of get into a thing about all the list of of obligations, and then you're just like, wait a minute, that's not even all. I was just like, I gotta text my sister about family plans, and then I haven't even mentioned that I went through buying a car and I didn't like it. Am I glad I was able to get a car? Yes. Did I like the process that getting a car entails? Not at all. And I'm still ending up doing bullshit for it. I gotta go to the dealership again for shit. Not like to return the car or anything, but still. Why should I have to? Would it really accrue so much? I mean, I guess to a degree it's more about like administrative stuff, blah blah blah, than anything else. But would it really be so wrong to make sure that when people buy cars, they can just leave with it on the lot that day and never have to do nothing more?
Cars.
Ah, you scared me.
I know. That's why I do it.
Did you drag Gold in here?
Yes.
Oh. Hi, Gold. Oh, she's dead.
Gold?
Gold? I miss her.
Wait, now that I've done that, I need to change to WeChat.
WeChat.
Gold, are you still here? Gold, you may need to disconnect and reconnect, actually.
Gold, I miss you. I wanted to ask you how Australian Labor Day has gone, but now I can't even do that.
Because she's dead.
Ian, how are you doing?
I'm good.
I was thinking of... Ian, are you swamped with plans this week?
Oh, yeah, of course. Aren't I always?
As you consider Papa John's or Domino's?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an important choice. Honestly, like, I was just talking about this with me, because they were like, I want a burger. And I was like, go to Five Guys. And they were like, that's like a 30-minute trip. And it's like, well, I don't know your local burger chains. Because, like, that's always what I want from pizza. Like, I never want, like, a chain. I want, like, a local place. Because I tend to think those are tasty. But also I live in Jersey, and Jersey and New York have some of the best pizza, so it's like I'm kind of biased.
Or are you?
I am.
What are you?
There are 3 pizza capitals of the world. All of Italy, Chicago, and New York. So, Ian, have you been to Italy, Chicago, or New York?
Yes. I've been to all 3, all at the same time.
Oh, no, okay. You see, I was going to believe you, but then you said all at the same time.
That's why I had to make sure.
No, thank you.
Double, had to
Lord,
make sure you knew.
you remember that thing in the group chat where you were like, would you like to add parentheses, me to add parentheses for autism? And I was like, yeah, that might help.
Oh, yeah.
And then Juice in like all caps was like, yes!
It was not in all caps.
I just remember Juice being far more assertive with
It was more assertive because they were like, yes.
do it.
Right up there, just like, yes.
You absolute whore. Start clarifying stuff for the tism inflicted. What was the thing? Is that the next Dark Souls games? You're not going to be the chosen undead or the tarnish. You're going to be the tism.
What are you talking about? I can already play that game. It's called Sonic.
Ah!
1 second. Let me at least do this, and I'm gonna do this.
I'm going to do.
That.
Has Gold said anything about them being dead or no?
No, she has not.
I fear for her.
Yeah.
Where'd she go? Ian, question me.
Your stream so I can. There we go. So
Thank
I can
you.
have your stream up.
Shrim.
Where is she in game? No, she's over there.
Are y'all still playing Monster Hunter?
Oh.
I was trying some post final boss quest today in GU, but fucking it occurred to me I was getting my ass kicked a lot, and I was like, you know what? These might actually be a little too high, and I should probably go back and do slightly lower ones to make sure my gear's up to par. So, but that's the game, baby. That's the game we call Monster Hunter and life.
Mainly the Monster Hunter.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes life is about, going back and improving before you try something again. So,
There's the Legiana. I don't feel like having to deal with the Legiana right now, though.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
Because Legiana is incredibly annoying.
Oh. I don't believe I know. I'm familiar with Legiana in Monster Hunter, so. Up.
Okay, gold. Where? Gold.
Gold.
Discord.
Gold Discord. Golden apple.
I wonder, what if I did this?
See, I've what for the Wallop Bros
I'll
shit.
be right back.
You're good. I'm gonna talk to chat. For the Wallop Bros shit, I wanted to have a bunch of famous treasures scattered about the world. But
no, even if I move, she's still dead.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Very interesting.
But yeah, I don't know what the fuck golden apples do, even though they're in a few things, so I'm not putting them in there. Fuck those things.
Depends. What are you referring to?
I was saying it's like in my pirate comic. I like the idea of putting a bunch of famous treasures in the world. Public domain treasures. And fucking I don't know what the fuck golden apples do, so they're not coming.
Well, they're not. That's not a public domain. Oh well, I see treasure. Well, I mean, in actual Greek mythology lore.
Oh
God, I'm trying to think of how to word it correctly.
Is it a sexual thing? Is that why you're having problems with it?
No.
Is it?
If it was a sexual thing, I'd have a much easier time.
Is this a Zeus fucking thing? Aw, damn
No,
it.
There's a. Oh God. It's like on the tip of my tongue. The thing that it's all about.
Oh wait, is it part of the Hercules myth?
I don't actually know.
Give me 1
It
second.
is Hercules, but it's about a race. I know that. There's a race involved. I believe the golden apples are what helps them win the race.
Heracles Golden Apple. Yep, that is 11th label. The Apples of Hesperides. Golden apples figured in different accounts and of Heracles' 11th label. In one version, Heracles slayed the dragon and took the apples. In another version, held the heavens while Atlas took the apples for him. Gotcha. I still don't know what they do though, so fuck those things. This hasn't changed my my mind at all. I don't know. What's your fucking favorite public domain magical treasure / artifact, Ian? Oh, Ian's dead.
No, I'm attempting to contact gold from within the game.
The Australian one.
Oh my lord. No, gold. Gold, I swear to God.
Gold if you don't. If you don't understand these charades right now.
No, I'm just texting her in game.
How about a game of charades? Okay, let's play it. Beetlejuice. Hesperides nuts. You can do that with any fucking Greek name, though. Ancient Greek name, I should say. So many Greek myth names have a D's in them, allowing you to so easily make a D's nuts joke, to the point that it's almost lost all meaning. It also has a hit pair, and that is a good point. You make a compelling argument, gamer. Point. Yeah. Vegeta, I do feel like I should say something here while we are in call together, which is that I know I had to be the one to not do Minecraft this week because of me trying to do like book stuff and everything. But on top of that, it had occurred to me that I'm also going to be fucking dog sitting for the last 2 weeks of September, so I will probably not be available then either, because the internet will not be that good. Vegeta is good. He's amazing friend. But I was already telling you, because you're just like, I sleep, and I'm like, it's okay, I understand, you sweet child. It's just like, if we want to like go on.
I suddenly be like laying in my room, just being like, okay, because like I have it on my calendar too. I'm like, okay, yes, today is the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I just be like, okay, and then I just literally be like laying in bed, just like watching something, and then I just suddenly wake up.
No, I get it. I've been there.
And I'm like looking around, and I'm like,
that was most of high school for me. So, but I was just gonna say, like, if we want to start trying to alter, because obviously I want to keep hanging out with you, whether it's on stream or not. But if we want to like alter plans, so that way maybe Minecraft's a bit more flexible, or we just do other stuff in general, so we can hang out again on or off stream, then I'm down.
Because I noticed when you posted your schedule, there was no Minecraft stream in there, and I was like,
well, this week, but I told you that. I was like, I'm doing book stuff. I'm sorry.
No, I looked at the one that you posted for like the entire month of September.
Oh, well, that includes the fucking, the weeks I'm gonna be dog sitting and everything. You're talking about the one in the other Discord, with a lot of Epic Mickey on it. And to be fair, and one, I can't amend that if you want to do Minecraft one of those days. But also two, if you didn't expect me to play a lot of Epic Mickey when that game came out, then I don't know what to tell you, my guy. I'm sorry, but
I was less poor because I would love to get it for my Switch.
What, Epic Mickey?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, I'll buy 3 copies if it means Vegeta plays it too. So.
I mean, you will have to mail me a physical copy because I like collecting physical copies. But...
Same. Say less. I mean, at that point, I just Venmo you, and then you fucking go to GameStop yourself. Yeah. We'll be lost in the Mickey hole for a while. Well, here's the thing. I will have to take...
I've never played Epic Mickey, but like when it came out, when I found out that it's coming on Switch, and also I saw some like just like some gameplay of it. I was like, oh, I
It
think I would like to do a that.
fun. It looks fun. Oh, oh, it's fun. Oh, it looks so fun. I would love if I had a picture of Los Angeles in the day. To Google.
I don't even know if Gold can hear us. That's what I truly want to know.
Gold. Can you hear me?
Because
Can we try-
I've messaged her in the VC text. I've DM'd her and I've messaged her in game. Like there's nothing else I can do now. Huh. Wait, it's down?
I'd say that the villagers are glad that we haven't been playing Minecraft, but I mean we haven't. The village we spawned near dead for a while, not even because of us, and fucking we haven't been looking. I mean, if you did something, then that's on you, not me. So
No, it was on both of us when we were in the village.
you
And
were.
then we kind of didn't keep them alive and also left the doors
I'm
open.
not fucking being responsible for them. That's that's them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm so lost. Ah!
This is probably the best picture for my needs.
Picture.
I was at launch. I was in Los Angeles once, and making this a purposefully not accurate version of it. I do wonder how close like the quote unquote wilderness is to it, because like for example, I was also at Las Vegas, and in Las Vegas, fucking you step outside and there's a desert as far as the eye can see, and it never ends. But I know Los Angeles has way more like suburbs and shit around it, so I wonder how far you have to travel before it's just like, I'm lost. I've lost. I don't know where I am. Mother. My country, 'tis of thee.
Sure.
Yeah. I should probably draw a mountain behind this too, since this is like, look, there's a mountain behind here, and it's just like fine.
Yeah, but
'Cause,
there
like-
ain't no mountain high enough.
Oh,
Ain't no valley low.
from the end of Chicken Little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from pegging you, baby.
Egging?
Pegging. You
Is that
heard?
what you said?
Yes. And like I said, you can't
that
stop
thing
me.
That thing that everyone knows Cahill loves, pegging.
No.
Cahill loves to get pegged, everyone. He loves it.
I remember actively speaking out against that on one stream, just because it's like, listen, do what you like, absolutely, but also there's other ways to dominate a man besides pegging, and I'm sick of everyone acting like there isn't. Come on. you guys got to get hip with the fresh other ways to dominate your men.
No, I think it's mainly just because you're too afraid to stimulate your own prostate.
No, my lord.
Like, you say that, but that's also because you're too afraid to actually
Oh
do
my
it yourself.
lord.
You're like, I want to be... This is your cry for help. You're basically saying that you want to be dominated, but you're too afraid to explore your body.
Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Sure. Okay. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Okay. Good.
Ready? Okay.
Ready? I'm so sorry if I'm not gonna be receptive to you as you try to, like, fucking armchair psychiatrist my prostate over here. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm not just like, oh my
Well,
gosh,
here's the thing, though.
Ian.
It's either gonna be me or Juice.
Oh my lord.
You know that for a fact,
I
too.
mean, it'd be one thing if it was in our in a personal Discord call. I'm not about to start like dissecting it with you here. So and be like, you'll be like, well, actually, if you really want to know, here are the facts about my butthole.
Now, if you turn to page 23 of Milking Your Prostate,
I'm like,
which, by the way, I hate that as,
the
like,
a phrase.
milking. Ugh.
Just go on and milk a man, you know.
Just, oh, yeah, just fucking milk me. Like, fuck off. Shut up.
That's not what that is. I can't have this with my daily frosted flakes.
Well,
You sick freak.
well,
Fucking even if you were some kind of freak, there's no way. Ain't no one out here about to be like, yes, human semen, much better for cereal than regular milk. Like, come on.
Cahill,
Yes.
Cahill, honey, baby,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
I have observed a video where, a spicy video where at the end of the two men doing what they do,
Uh-huh.
they come into a bowl of guacamole and eat it. So
That's
do not-
different. Guacamole is different. Don't even. Don't.
No, I'm saying that if people are out here doing that, they're most likely also doing
The
that.
difference is that like cereal without milk, it is like a solid. It's basically like gravel in a way, and adding one man's splooge to that isn't gonna change it.
Of course, that's what that is.
As opposed to like guacamole, which is already a sauce of some kind. There's already a soft substance that you can mix stuff into, and then eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like. If you take the results of an intimate act and try to add them to cereal, you will get maybe 1 or 2 spoonful. What's that?
Just say come.
I'm not trying to make it as gross. You were just like, well, actually, I saw this one video. I'm just like, thank you, Ian.
Yeah, and I have it saved
Oh my lord.
because it's hot.
It's also why you're not the one writing, because Ian writes a spicy book and every third word is is just come. Just like come.
I would be an amazing writer.
For spicy novels.
Just in general.
I mean, I'm not going to speak to that, but
I was
anyway.
the only person when I was in school. I was the only person to get like full marks for a
Spicy novel.
yeah, for a spicy novel. No, for a creative story, because I was in creative writing.
I was also in creative writing.
I was the only person that got full marks on the writing assignment. Everyone else would all like. She never ever gave full marks ever.
She fucking hated those other kids. I'll tell you one thing. She despised them.
Her whole thing was just like, you can never be perfect. Really annoying.
Except for you, Ian.
Yeah, apparently. Because then I got full marks, and it's really funny because my friend that was in the class with me didn't get full marks, and he was fucking pissed. And he did not talk to me for a very long time.
Damn, I was about to say that must have gone to your head, but then your friend wrote you off for it, and I was like, well, he's the dickhead, so.
No, it's not bad, because of course it would. Like, the fuck?
Excuse me? I'm the best, apparently. Here's imperial evidence for it.
I especially shoved it in my sister's face because she had that teacher, and that teacher fucking hated her.
If anything, that
Like,
that actually made it harder for you, because she was probably like, these people. Yeah. Sibling.
Sibling. This is my sister.
This is my brother.
We are siblings and we care for each other.
Everything we own, we always share.
Because we are siblings and we have the same hair.
Wow. Just, wow. Oh my goodness. I'm probably gonna need to do something to make this make the city in the distance look better, but I don't know what it is.
I
I'm
see the full
trying
wait,
over.
as I'm doing this, can you like tilt the can you show me the full image?
Yeah, this is it right now. I mean, I haven't even drawn the like windows or anything on there.
Closer.
I no, it's taking a while because lag.
No, I'm saying like I can't see it. I need it closer.
No, the fucking. To the closer to the city. There's nothing there yet. It's literally just
I know.
rectangles.
Yeah, I know. I want to look at the background. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I should even go for a thinner pencil to be like, look, the distance. I am on my way. I can go the distance. Oh my lord. This is why Ian isn't invited to my show. I love that guy, but he makes me cry.
Oops.
When he talks about fucking my dad while I'm singing songs.
God damn it.
Cahill, I can't believe you and Ian had a falling out. No, we're great friends. I can't have him keep talking about about cum and dads and come in dads during shows. So, you know.
I'm sorry. Sometimes dads are hot.
Then you're valid for that, but you know, it's like a mariachi band showing up to a jazz performance. Like it's like, no, this is great, but it's just the time and place, my guy. So.
Oh Jesus. Oh no.
Yeah, not him either.
I'll never forget the image I saw that made me fucking scream laugh of Jesus, where it was like Jesus doing his nails, and it was the fucking crucifix, the nails from where he got nailed to the cross.
Oh my lord. Oh, I get it.
Fucking funny.
No, that's pretty good actually.
He just did his nails.
Nails.
His nails.
I painted my own nails once, and I liked it, except then I never kept up with it. So
actually,
I did I just never kept up with it. That's what I was trying to say. If you would stop fucking interrupting me for once, Lord in heaven.
What you were trying to say. I think you were trying to say something else.
Why do you do this to me? Why do we always do this, Ian? Lord, at this point I feel like we're just together for the kids. Children. Hello? I am tired.
No.
Oh, fucking. I should know better than to state factual statements around you.
Exactly.
No. 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 I don't think so. No. Didn't happen. Not this time. Nope. Try again.
No.
This one was made up by an author. Nope.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
Mission failed.
Mission failed. We'll get them again next time. Need to last longer. Well, no. This has been a very sleepy stream, which doesn't necessarily affect me being sleepy. That's the okay. So this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, because I would definitely say people in chat affect whether or not I'm like, yeah, I'll keep streaming a bit more or end sooner. Yeah. But more so, even more than what that affects is like what I was just talking about with like, oh, I gotta go to work tomorrow. It's just like, I want to go to bed. Sleep. I want to go to Sleepy Time Junction. I'm sorry.
It's some sort of loser.
What? Losers sleep? Is that what you're saying? Well, fucking, I'm sorry. Then I'm a proud loser. In this,
we already knew that.
In this Disney Channel original movie.
Oh God.
It's Jasmine Aladdin. I just need to start whipping that out like your kryptonite. You say something I don't like, and I'm just like, bad Ian, bad. It's Jasmine and Aladdin. College Aladdin.
He's like a magnet. She's so attractive. It's all fantastic.
You wanna know something?
As we're riding high together on a magic cameraman.
You know a distressing amount of that for someone who doesn't like it.
It's because I fucking see it everywhere.
Do you?
Yes.
But anyway,
So many people fucking use it for their audio on Instagram, and it is so upsetting.
I'm upset. I'm upset by this.
I am upset.
My name is Kermit the Frog, and I'm pretty upset by this. If I'm being honest. Penis building? Penis building. Anyway, honestly, I probably am just gonna call it here, just because I'm sorry. You have gold. You have gold to maybe see if she can talk again.
That's what I was like, she can't even fucking talk.
No, I'm gonna lay in bed and contemplate life. I was trying to say, it's like fucking. There's even a whole other thing. There's even like a whole other part to like the going back to work bit that I haven't elaborated on because I'm like, oh, if anyone sees that, I'll get in trouble. But you know. I don't need to be saying incriminating evidence live on air.
It would be funny.
Being fun, funny.
Funny.
But yeah, what was I thinking of? I mean, we're gonna be coming back tomorrow, not with Art, but with Monster Hunter this time. But not when the one Ian plays, because one, it's on Switch, and two, it's Generations Ultimate instead of.
I mean, technically, it's still the one I play.
That is a good point, but you were like, I won't go back to it. Not even for you, Cahill. Fuck you. And I was like, damn, Ian.
It's true. I said all of those words.
You said that exactly.
Some of them where I like really dug into you and like your life choices.
And I was like, yeah.
Like, come on, if you're gonna quote me, at least go do all of it.
Well, I can't say half those things, and definitely not on air. But yeah, I mean, one, I hope I'll see everyone there, and two, I hope to hang out with Ian soon, on or off stream, and for longer than tonight. Absolutely.
Ow.
But I'm a raid Bath, because they've been going for a while, but they're doing some funny things, and Bath is a funny person, so I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. And I'll be seeing you later. Bye.